Hey everybody, this is Cody Bateman. Welcome to a brand new episode of our Relationship Marketing Podcast. We are about 5 or 6 weeks away from the big show, the RMGS show, Relationship Marketing Grand Summit, coming up September 9th and 10th. My goodness, what a lineup of speakers and presenters, teachers, trainers for a 2-day virtual event. It's going to be incredible. You can go to rmgs2020.com to check that out. Make sure you get signed up for that wealth of information and things will be taught there. And we've got a guy on the show today. Man, I've been so excited to get this guy on here for so long. I actually have only met him once, face-to-face at an Outbound conference in Atlanta, Georgia, about 1.5 years ago. And we hit it off so well because we had some commonalities. We both love rap music and hip hop and different stuff. In fact, I think we even kind of did a little freestyling right in the aisleway there. Please welcome to the show, Mr. Bruce Marshall. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's great to see you as well. It's kind of weird, you know. It's been what, 1.5 years, and
yeah, definitely 1.5 years.
I saw you in the I saw you in the pre-show. It was like you know, I was hanging out with you yesterday. So
yeah.
it's just great to have you on the show. I want to tell our listeners a little bit about the uniqueness of what you provide.
Okay.
And we'll have you talk about this a little bit. Here's a guy that's in the Mack truck business. And weren't you so you were in big trucks operations, and weren't you on the mechanical side of it? You were on the mechanical side for a while.
That's right.
And then they saw Mr. Personality and they pulled you out of there and put you in their sales department. Is that right?
Yeah. In a nutshell, that's kind of what happened.
Yeah. So you started getting your experience. And I remember you at the Outbound conference, and you were there as a student, and you were in some of the workshops that I was in. And you know, you were asking questions. You had very unique, based on everybody that was there, you had very unique sales position, you know, heavy duty trucks and those kinds of things. So I remember your stories. It was really quite interesting. But wow, you've taken a real shift since then.
Absolutely.
The interesting thing, when Bruce and I met, we just started talking, and we both have a love for rap music, and this guy is super talented. He started busting out rhymes and doing all kinds of stuff right there on the spot. I didn't want to challenge him. My goodness. I mean, this guy's talented. He's really, really good. But you've turned this into part of your sales career. So you've taken your passion for rap music and you put it into, how do you, like our listeners right now are like, okay, a lot of our listeners know I like rap, and I'll get on the stage and do rap songs and stuff like that. And people are kind of scratching their head like, why is this guy rapping, you know, whatever. You have actually turned rap music into a tool that people can use and sell. So tell us a little bit about how that all started.
Yeah. Well, let me first start by saying, you know, rap is a cultural tool. It's a communication tool. There is a sales culture, you know, and me being a part of the hip hop rap culture since I was a child, and then embracing the sales role and the sales culture, you know, meeting people like you and Bart and Mike Weinberg and Sherry Levington and just people who are really just passionate about sales, so passionate that you're willing to write it down and then give it to somebody else and say, try what I did, you know, because it worked for me. So it was almost a no-brainer to put the two together. Like you said, I was on the service side of the heavy-duty truck business literally for about 12 years. I literally started out, my qualifications were I could wash and fuel trucks. I could put the fuel in the tank and I could wipe the dirt off the truck. That was my first qualifications. But I knew when I went in for my interview that I wanted to be a mechanic. So I interviewed like I was interviewing for that spot, that, and I was able to give that enthusiasm. That soon turned into, hey, I want to lead a shop. I want to be a manager. So, I moved into the customer service or the service writer role. About a year and a half later, or 2 years later, I moved into a supervisor role. A year after that, I moved into a branch service manager role. I actually ended up leaving that company I was with for 9 years, going to a dealership. I was a mechanic there for 2 years. And, when you take your management, customer interface experience, technical experience, you put them all together, you probably got a good truck salesperson,
Yeah.
So that's how I got into the sales part of things, and look, I'm not shy about my faith. I've always, been one to share Christ with others, and that's what I was doing in my workplace. And people started saying, this guy's different. This guy's not afraid to engage people. He's the guy in the shop that talks to the parts people. He talks to the office people, talks to the sales. He talks to everybody, he's not living in a silo. I actually went for a sales position, and I didn't get it. They hired somebody with more experience because I had zero,
Mm-hmm.
And then a year later, the Matt sales manager approached me in the shop. I'm literally under a truck, dirty, greasy, and doing awesome work, because I think mechanics are the most awesome people in the world of what we do. And he said, hey, I heard you was thinking about a sales role. Are you still interested? Let's fast forward. I accepted. A couple months later, got into training. They put me in a cubicle with a laptop and said, do this online training. I'm doing it. And one of my colleagues walked up to me and said, hey, man, if you get tired of all of that online stuff, read this book. And this is the book that he handed to me. Mike Weinberg's New Sales Simplified.
Yeah.
He handed that book to me, right? So that put the personality, that put the people connection part, that was the missing link for me. You know what I mean? I was learning all of the technical stuff. I'm like, okay, great. I see, ask questions. Okay. But reading Mike's book really gave me basically a mentor in a book. It's kind of similar to when I read your book, The Power of Human Connection. It's like, okay, this is exactly how he did it. This is exactly, I'm hearing scenarios, real life scenarios. And I said, you know what? I got to document this stuff, because guess what? I don't have a photographic memory. I've got to document this stuff. So what's my best documentation process? Writing raps. So I started writing raps with the sales principles, best practices. I started writing them into raps and memorizing them.
Okay, so you study this book, New Sales Simplified. It
Right.
resonates deeply with you. You're
Right.
learning techniques and skills. You want to commit them to memory, and I
Right.
totally get the whole, rhythm and rhyme has a way of deeply connecting to the conscious and subconscious mind, and that's one of the reasons I like rap so much. Because I do think it's powerful if it's used in positive ways.
Right.
So you started taking techniques and principles out of this book and put it into a rap format. So
That's right.
hit us up, man. Hit us up.
So listen,
Do a couple
right,
little.
So I'm gonna share something with you. The first one I ever did. I'm sitting in the cubicle. I'm reading all this stuff. I'm like, okay, well, how does all this stuff come together to when I'm out there walking into offices and figuring out who to talk to? And Mike had this one part, I believe it was in chapter 16, that where he said when he goes and consults with salespeople, they always ask them, what's the secret sauce? What's the silver bullet? You know, how do I become the super salesperson overnight? And what you know, we all know that there is no silver bullet. There is no secret sauce. But he said, this is a list of questions that I ask people. And if you answer yes to these questions, you're doing the right things. If you answer no, you're doing the wrong things. So here was that list of questions. So where's your prospect list and who's on it? What's your account focus? Work on it. There's a reason we do everything we do. Only one putting in time and effort is you. What's your sales story? What do you do? And what about your business? Have a clue. Spend time proactively calling prospects. Conduct your sales calls. It's a contest. Go in with structure. Go in with purpose. Go in without a plan and it's curtains. Compare your time managing existing customers to what you should be doing. Selling to more customers. Balance your pipeline, the volume of opportunities, stages of sales cycles, stages of opportunities. Write a business plan with your strategy into new accounts. Sales activities equal large amounts. Keep God first, the sustainer of all things, all people, progress, all worlds, and all kings. And he put you in position to unite the kingdom. So enjoy your role and explore your freedom. That last part came out of my book.
Wow. Wow. You know, when you were doing that, I could envision, in fact, I've thought about this for years. Like I've just done kind of cute little raps and different things to keep audiences entertained and stuff like that. And I've actually done some raps that have very deep meaning in them as far as our people building their business and stuff like that.
Right.
What I envisioned when you were just doing that is you on a stage with a background behind you with a very sophisticated keynote presentation that just follows you. You're not clicking it. It just follows, because those are lyrics. Those are lyrics.
Yes.
You just got lyrics. And so you could build, and maybe you've already done this stuff, but you could build a keynote behind you that just goes along with the lyrics as you speak them. And literally, I'm telling you, man,
right.
You could go out and you could do a 5-minute speech with a keynote behind you like that, and you'd be the hit of the show. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
I appreciate that. And you're correct. And you know what can be done is that can also be a 45-minute speech, you know?
Yeah.
I call it sales flow, you know? So,
right.
You know, the first two lines, where's your prospect list and who's on it? What's your account focus? Work on it. We can talk about that for a few minutes.
Right.
You know, how do you figure out your prospect list? And that's the stuff that Mike talks about it in New Sales Simplified. And so I just brought it to life in a musical form.
You know, it's interesting. You're doing what I've always wanted to do. I mean, my next level was going to be something similar to that, where I could do a whole training in a rap song. And so the idea would be is that you start out by doing the rap with a good backdrop behind following you. Then you break it down, like you're saying, you break it down by key points, and you know, and you teach on the key points. Mm-hmm. In fact, you know, we actually did a little piece of that. I wish I had some visuals behind us. We used to do a deal at some of our events in send out cards. We're a direct sales company, and our top rank is the rank of Eagle. And there's a reason that there's all kinds of reasons why Eagle is our top rank. There's a big story behind that. And I often talk about the attributes of an eagle. So I wrote a rap song about eagles. And what I would do is I'd go on the stage and, you know, the first thing I always learned is create the hook to the song. So I created the hook first, and then the verses, 3 verses after that. So what I did is I would teach the hook to the audience.
Right.
So the hook was, and what I was talking about is attributes of an eagle. So we kind of, that piece was similar to what we're talking about. So the hook was eagles soar. They always focus on their goal. Fly or die, it's how they live and how they roll. From the nest, they jump out to make it happen, spread their wings and fly while the chicken's flapping. Okay, so it's just a simple 4-line hook. easy to
Yeah.
teach to the audience.
Right.
And I would tell them at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, we're all going to do this rap song together. I'm going to spit out the verses and you're going to do the hook and we're going to all walk out of here rap stars.
Get them
And that's what we
involved.
would
Yeah.
do. We haven't done it for quite a while, but and then the lyrics to the verses was all about how they built their business and tied it into attributes of an eagle. And so we've done a piece of that. And I always wanted to take that to the next level. We just never have. Life got in the way.
Yeah.
So you're doing it, brother. You're doing it. And it's super cool.
Yeah. It you know, it sounds like you could use the help of the Rookie Sales Pro. Bruce Marshall, the Rookie Sales Pro. We may need to talk more about some things like that, you know?
Yeah, I think there's a lot we could do together for sure. In fact, we got some big events coming up. I'd like to, use you. In fact, we don't have you scheduled for the RMGS. We might want to try to do a little surprise something there. Of course, I just took the surprise away because most people listening right now will be there, but but we may do something. Why not? We may do something. I mean, I've got a couple of little, like we're all booked out, but I always save a couple of little spots because I know I'm going to do some crazy stuff right before the show starts. So, maybe we'll do something, just have a little
Let's
fun.
have some fun. Let's inspire some people, you know?
Yeah, that's
cool.
You
know, we got to give them something different, you know? And that's what we're here for. That's what we were giving our gifts for, you know? And I'm still building my Rookie Sales Pro team, you know? I'm building what's going to be a company that's going to be capable of doing many things from I'm already doing keynote speaking. I actually went and inspired a local State Farm team here in the area. I mean, they loved it. You know, I would play a song and then I'd talk about the content, play a song, talk about the content. They loved it, you know? You know, these are things that keep people awake. You know, these are things that people like Sherry Levinson, she talks about, you know, the art of teaching and what you need to add in there. You know, you need to add in the music, you need to add in the visuals, you know, you got to keep people awake. You know? Yeah. Because no matter how great the content, you know, they need something to change the pace.
For sure. We are listening to the one and only Bruce Marshall. You can find out some things on him at brucemarshall.bandcamp.com. I think you've got some of your songs on there and things like that that people could listen to. Let me say that one more time for our listeners, brucemarshall.bandcamp.com. Check that out. Go and check that out, everybody, and see some of this cool stuff that Bruce is doing. So tell us a little bit about Rookie Sales Pro. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, actually, with what you just said, if you want to find me on social media, on whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn, just search hashtag Rookie Sales Pro. Many videos will pop up. My pages will pop up, and actually, the video of me and you rapping it Outbound. I don't know. Did you know
we did have a video
that I posted that on my social media?
I did know that. Yeah. I did. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah.
Yeah. Hashtag sales motivation flow. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So Rookie Sales Pro is a business. It's an entertainment company. It's a consulting and coaching company. And I'm also looking to get into merchandising, you know, hats like this, you know, maybe some, shirts and also office supplies, you know, because it's about the culture of sales, you know. Like, people need something to look around and get excited about, you know, because my motto with Rookie Sales Pro is if you learn like a rookie, you can sell like a pro, you know? So if you're 20
that was
years,
my next question. I was going to ask you the kind of the story behind Rookie Sales Pro. You just answered that. And I think it's important for our listeners to hear. So So say that again. There's key to the word rookie and the key to the word pro.
That's right. No matter if you've been in the business for 5 days or 30 years, if you learn like a rookie, you will sell like a pro. Stick to
Really
the
good.
basics,
It's
stick to the
really good.
fundamentals. Don't get so good that you don't read books anymore. You know, that you don't get a reminder of what the real power of human connection is. You know, don't get so good that you stop sending out your cards. You know what I mean? Don't get so good that you think you can just wake up and go freestyle and then come home with a great paycheck. You know, we gotta always think like we thought on our first day. I couldn't find
You know,
more
it's
joy. What was that?
no, go ahead. Keep going.
Now, my first few weeks in sales, I was locked in the cubicle. They didn't lock me in, but you know,
Right.
but there was no better place in the world for me to be because I'm exploring this new world, you know. So I consider myself the rookie sales pro, and I believe everyone else should consider themselves a rookie sales pro, you know, because
I
you're going to
love
continue
it.
to
I
learn like a pro.
absolutely, yeah. I love the messaging. It's so important. I can't tell you, I've been in business a long time, and I've met a lot of people that have been superstars. I've met a lot of people in sales and marketing that at certain points in their career, they've been phenomenal. They've been superstars, but they quit being a rookie. They quit learning like a rookie that would continue to make them a pro a lot. Like a
Yeah,
lot of people, and it's so sad. It's so sad to watch it happen because you kind of see the light switch go off. And they're like, well, I already know everything. I don't need to go to this. I don't need to go to that. And then they
yeah,
become a
yeah,
little bit disrespectful on what you're doing because,
yeah.
they're too smart for it all. And every time their career tanks, like
Mm,
it's the
yeah,
saddest thing in the world.
yeah,
So I think that's an important message.
yeah. That's right, man. And that is my message, you know. And in the songs, so for instance, the 3 songs that I literally just released today, it's a album. It's called it's a 3-song album, you know, because when you're an entrepreneur, you get to do what you want to do, you know. So I with some of Mike Weinberg's content, create a 3-song album called A Sales Story, the pre-call version. You know, so this 3 songs. This is a pre-call. This is a tester. This is for to allow the people to hear what I'm doing, see how they feel about it, and let me know if they want more. You know, if they want more, then we give them some full albums.
That's
But
cool.
you know, I do
So do
songs.
you produce your own beats?
No,
Do you do it all?
no, I work. I believe in letting the best
Yeah.
letting let the best people do what they do. So I
Right.
work with a guy named Benny Hertz from the Union Music Group out here in Birmingham, Alabama, and super talented producer, talented engineer. He's my one-stop shop. You know,
That's
I go
great.
into his studio and we get it done. I bring the raps. You know, and that's what I mean when I say that I'm still building the team that needs to be around me because you know I need more. I need people that are more tech savvy that can do things like put the screen behind me and
Yeah.
have it, you know, move along with the lyrics, you know, because I can't do everything as a pro. See, I'm thinking like a rookie. A
Yeah.
rookie
That's
stays in his
right.
lane, and then he
Yeah. No,
lets
that's
other
good.
people's talents come beside him or her and make it happen. But yeah,
We've done
that's all
exactly
of my
this.
production
Yeah.
at this point. Benny Hertz.
Yeah, we've done man, we're so similar. It's crazy. We've done the same thing over the years. I got a one-stop shop out of Las Vegas. Sean Galloway, unbelievable talent. He's our producer and engineer, and just does amazing stuff. We've actually I've got like 12 songs that we've produced. Not all rap songs. We've done some great, just a great different variety of songs that we've done, and we
Yes.
get our talent. We get most of our talent out of Las Vegas to perform the pieces. I'm the lyricist. I write the lyrics. Nick Naughty is his AKA. He does all the music pieces. You can go to codybateman.com and see a bunch of music videos. We got like Freedom and United We Send and a whole bunch of songs and in music videos. So very similar, like it's just a very similar format. And I think there's a lot that you and I probably ought to be doing together.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw some of the stuff you did. You blew me away at Outbound. I was like, whoa, this guy raps? And that's why when I posted, I said, you never know what's behind the suit. And it's interesting because, Larry Levine has the don't be in an empty suit movement,
Right.
So we both showed what was behind the suit that day,
Yeah, we did.
And and then when I went to your website, I was blown away again. I'm like, look at these videos that Cody's doing. This is amazing. It's incredible. And so what area are you based out of? Where are you spending your time?
So our offices are in Salt Lake City, Utah, and we do all of our music production in Las Vegas, which is not too far away from us. And so that's where we operate. And it's been a couple of years. We've been redeveloping some technologies and doing some things for some new businesses. So we've kind of got out of the music stuff for a couple of years, but we're going to jump back in full swing. There's my following. Surprisingly, well, heck, it's not surprising. I mean, what am I saying? There's a lot of demand. I mean, people are like, dude, when are you going to produce your next music piece? We're tired of listening to you talk. Do some music, would you?
Yeah.
So we definitely got to get back into it. Yeah. But I love meeting creative people. You're incredible talent. It's just fun to see someone like you use your passions to help educate. I mean, then that's what you're an educator. At the end of the day, you're an educator. Right. And you're educating people and motivating, inspiring people to live at a higher level. And that's what this podcast is about. It's what the Power of Human Connection is about. It's what the Relationship Marketing Grand Summit's about. It's about helping people find out the best version of themselves from within, and then take that and give it away to other people. And that's what you're doing, dude. That's exactly what you're doing. I mean, you've tapped in to your inner prompting. You know exactly who you are. You got an incredible relationship with the Lord. It's amazing. It's just an amazing story. And you're taking that and giving it away, dude. You're giving it away to people. And I've always said, just what you send out is what comes back. Give for the sake of giving. You'll never have to worry about money. And, because what you send out comes back. So if you serve people, then they come back and want to serve you and want to pay you to help them do things. And that's what you're doing.
Just like the word said, I've never seen the righteous forsaken or a seed begging for bread, when you got a good heart and when you take care of people, someone's always going to want to take care of you, So I believe in that strongly. That's why I can do what I do with just full speed ahead, fly like an eagle. I'm not worried. There's nothing in front of me that's going to hit me at this elevation. You know what I mean? That's the mindset. And, going to conferences and stuff like that is so helpful to people. You don't have to be a rapping salesperson, everybody has personal gifts that other people need a piece of, So when I met yourself and Bart, and then, sometimes, it's easy to think of, rap as the forbidden genre, but I wanted to hey, look, you can do great things with rap music. And then when I met you, and not only you like my rap, but you rap as well, I'm like, well, hold on. This guy is successful in sales and successful in business, entrepreneur, well-respected, and he loves rap. Should I be thinking that there's millions of people that love what we do, so we might as well give it to them. And look,
absolutely.
With that said, I made something special for you, Cody.
All right.
Because like I said, I appreciate the inspiration that I got from you. I appreciate the example that you set, and I just want to share this with you. Harness the power of the human connection, raise your empathy and see the human reflection, inspire them on what they need for you. We ain't selling them, buying's what the customer's supposed to do. Our job is to be close to you or them. Who's thinking about you when it's time to recommend? You see, I always want the best for my friends. So who you think I'm calling every time when it's time to spend? It's only right I make karma my niche, and I'm at working like a pro, because connecting's my gift. People buy when they like, trust, and know you. It'll help if you send out a call. Cody Bateman to show you. That's
Wow,
for you,
I just
Cody.
got the chills, man. I just got the
That's,
chills. That is super cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So
yeah.
so yeah, I need
You're
you to
welcome.
send that to me. We'll have some fun with that at the RMGS show. But seriously, man, I just got the chills when you did that. And I really, and that's what you do. That's what you do. You can do that for anybody. It says in here that you take people that have written books and sales professionals, and you can turn their presentation into a rap like you just did. Like, you know, that message that you just conveyed in a rap is in my book. And it's just really super,
Right.
super cool. That was
That's
fun.
right.
You know, dude, you have a serious MC voice. Like, you got a great voice.
Yeah, you know, I guess
Like,
I've been working
your
on it
voice
since
is built. Your voice is built for that. I mean, my
I've been
voice is
working on it since
built
I was
probably more
11.
for speaking than rapping, but man, you got the voice for it. It's really cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, everybody. So you're listening to the one and only Mr. Bruce Marshall. This guy has already done some incredible things, and I just know that he's only just begun. This is an individual that's changing the world, and he's going to do dramatic things throughout his career to make a significant impact, not only in sales, but in personal development and in helping people to elevate to new
Yes.
levels of productivity in their life. I want to close with just a thought. I listened to a country song. I think it was Keith Urban yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of his popular songs. It's something like "I Wish for You," but there's some of the lyrics in the song. It said, and it was real simple, but it just said, "Give more than you take. Give more than you take." And he does it in a very creative way in the song. You should listen to it. Keith Urban, "I Wish." Give more than you take. I want to close the show and talk about that, because it really
Yeah.
hit me. And we talk about that all the time, but it was just the way he said it. Give
Yeah.
more than you take. Now, let's talk about, I don't want to get caught up in what's going on in the world right now and all the craziness. All we need to do is just reiterate there's craziness going on in the world right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And so much hatred and so much just crazy stuff. I want you to let's talk about this simple little line: give more than you take.
Yeah.
If every person that was out there getting caught up in all the minutia of nonsense that's going on, and riots and looting and whatever, all that nonsense, and if they just put into their mind, give more than you take, how different would our world be?
Our world would be more amazing than it already is. You know, first of all, you know, life is made to come with some trials and tribulations. That's how we become built into warriors. That's how we become great. That's how we become wise. You know, but there's many things that we put on ourselves and each other that don't need to be there. You know, and when we're thinking, you know, if you think about Maslow's hierarchy, you know, I love psychology. I'm not a psychologist, but Maslow's hierarchy is basically a you know, a pyramid, that a way of describing human ambition and passions and whatnot. So, you know, you go on the ground level, you got hunger, you know, just the ability to be able to sleep under a roof, you know, and then you build all the way up to self-actualization. You know, anybody who is living on that bottom level mentally, you don't have to actually be starving to feel like a starving person. You know, you can think like a starving person with $10 million in the bank, you know. But, you know, so that person is always thinking, I have to take first. They're like, because I can't even stand up. I said, I'm too weak. I haven't eaten, you know. You know, but once you can transcend to a higher state of mind, whether it's from actually eating or mentally going to a new place, spiritually going to a new place, and operating on that level, now you can actually give something. Because guess what? Let's just use a simple example from something we talked about today. I'm very humble that, you said I gave you the chills. You guys gave me the chills when I met you all, but let's say if I was on the street hungry, and everybody, I'm like, hey, give me some change, please. Give me $1. But if I could find the strength to just stand up for one moment and say, hey, sir, I know you're a salesperson. I see you come out of that building every day. Can I let you hear something? And then then I did that rhyme for you. And then I gave you the chills. I gave you value. I gave you inspiration. That's like the most simple way that I can think of the give to receive, concept. A person on the ground, hungry, seems to have nothing to give, but we all have something, and we have to choose to give it.
I tell a story in my book, Power of Human Connection. I was writing a chapter down at Pacific Beach, San Diego, California, and I was sitting in this restaurant like place right on the beach, and I had my computer, and I was right at the end of a chapter writing stuff, talking about the importance of giving, and that kind of thing. And I looked out the window, and this old guy, he's a bum. He'd been on the boardwalk the whole time I was there, 3 or 4 days. I'd noticed this guy every day. He was homeless. He had a big pack that he carried around. He was very gruff, the whole bit, very rough, had a little bucket out, and, he tried to play a little bit of music on his guitar for entertainment. And people would drop him money. And I'm sitting there watching this guy, and another bum walks by him and goes and sits down. And I watched this guy get up with his bucket, and he just had coins in it. And he takes his bucket, walks super slow over to the other bum who had nothing.
Yeah, homeless guy. He was a homeless guy.
Homeless guy with nothing to his name.
A bum is someone that don't take care of the kids.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? I mean, this guy had nothing, but what he gained in the last probably 30 minutes from someone on the streets there, he gave away.
Right.
And I immediately got up and went out and put a $50 bill. $50 bill in his deal. What you send out is what comes back to you.
That's right.
And you don't realize when people recognize what you do. So it's just a powerful thing. Well, listen, Bruce, super appreciate you being on. We've got this is just the beginning, my friend. We got lots of stuff to do. Through Bart, we'll get back with you and try to arrange. We'll probably have to do a phone call, you and I, and kind of figure out what we're going to do. I think it's just you and I together. We'll probably do a little interview format at the RMGS and maybe have some fun with some rap stuff.
Sure.
And so Bart will get with you on that. That's not that far away. September 9th and 10th. We'll figure out the exact time for you. Again, it's virtual. Great. So, we'll both be on a Zoom, and you can do it from right there from your home. So.
Hey, I'm all for it, Cody. Feel free to contact me through Bart directly. However you want to do it. But yeah, let's definitely keep in touch, and let's continue to share value.
Absolutely.
That's what we've been doing since we met. Let's share value. Let's give the world the chills.
Give the world the chills. That's right. Yeah. So everybody go to brucemarshall.bandcamp.com. Check out his stuff. And thanks again for being on the show. And all of you, stay tuned. Come on in every single week. We got stuff lined up every single week. Try to provide content that's going to help you to better your life. And just always remember, just be kind to people. Get out there and be kind to people. Take care, everybody. We'll see you now.
Awesome.
Have enjoyed this episode of the Relationship Marketing Podcast with Cody B, be sure to subscribe to the show and leave a review so that together we can get this message, The Power of Human Connection, out to the world. You can find Cody's new book, The Power of Human Connection, on Amazon or the Send Out Cards gift store.